Hello everybody and welcome to another video. In this video I am going to be talking about pineapple green cheek conures and their personalities and kind of what type of person a conure is good for. So the first thing is conures are great beginner birds. They are very friendly. Now they can bite like any other bird, but they are very friendly, and they are great beginner birds for somebody who is insecure about, a bird biting them or something like that. They are very good birds for that. Another fact is they love to cuddle. They also love to be out of their cage. This is Kiwi here. She's my pineapple green cheek conure, and she loves to be outside of her cage. Every time I open up that cage, she comes out, and I open up her cage multiple times a day just because her cage is in my room, which is in the upper level, so I can't keep it open 24/7 and watch her. But they love to be outside their cage. They love to be out. Kiwi here is 2 months old, and she is a very good bird for how young she is. They are very easy to teach tricks to, such as step up. Another thing you can do with them, now some birds I wouldn't do this with. Like for instance, I would never do this with an African gray. 3 days after I got them, like Kiwi here, I've had her for 3 days. Whereas an African gray, I would never do this with. But Kiwi here. Okay, so, Kiwi here, number one, yeah, if I had an African gray, I would pet him, yes. But Kiwi here, I can grab like this, and she isn't trying to bite me. She's not showing any aggression at all. And I would never try to do that with a African gray because, just because, they're one-person birds and they have such a bigger beak, and they're more, they're more willing to bite, but I can flip her over on her back. She's a very good bird for her age. Now she is a pineapple green cheek conure. There's 3 different types of conures. There's pineapple green cheeks, regular green cheeks, and sun conures. Now, there's tons of different types of conures, but those are the 3 main green cheeks that I know about because I'm not a huge, bird breeder or anything. I don't know a ton about them, but I know enough. So, those are the 3 types. You can look them up. Any of those types of green cheek conures are going to be very friendly, are going to be relaxed. However, a sun conure is going to be very noisy. So if you do not want a noisy bird, a sun conure isn't necessarily what to get. I've had her for 3 days, so she's still got to probably settle in a little bit before she starts making noise. And she has made some noise, but not much. Just really, really quiet, little noises. Nothing huge. She is slightly bigger than a budgie, but she is smaller than an African gray. If that kind of gives you, I know an African gray is quite a big bird. So, for instance, take a cockatiel. They are, depending on the bird, slightly smaller or slightly larger than a cockatiel bird. Yeah, they are very friendly birds. She is not aggressive so far. I've picked her up, I've flipped her over, I've done all that other stuff with her. And she's a very sweet bird for the most part. And she is just over 2 months old, so she is going to get thicker, but she's about the length that she's going to get. So she is a very good bird for her age. But yeah, so this is Kiwi. She is, again, a pineapple green cheek conure, just over 2 months old. I got her from a place called 5 Oaks Aviary. and they are located, the place I got her from is located in Oklahoma, and she, located in Oklahoma, and, they, you know, flew her in by plane, and, you know, it wasn't super expensive, and she came all healthy, you know, and, she, you know, so she came healthy and stuff, which I'm glad about. I will definitely buy from them again. They are very friendly and sweet people. But I will say that when you first get your, if you go to Five Oaks Aviary and you buy from them, I will say that when you first get your bird, and I'm going to say with the conures because I haven't ever ordered another bird from them, but I will say that when you, good girl, I will say that when you get your bird, the first day they're going to be shaken up because, you know, if you're out of state, they will have been on a plane ride, you know, so I will say that they're going to be shaken up. They're not going to, you know, they'll let you touch them, but, you know, they're going to run from you. They're going to make it difficult, you know. She's been with me for 3 days, and I have been, you know, messing with her, pulling her out, you know, holding her, doing all that stuff with her for 3 days. And she's gotten this far, and when I say pulling her out, I don't mean coming up here once, pulling her out for 15 minutes and putting her back. I mean pulling her out from 9 in the morning till noon, 1 o'clock, messing with her, and then putting her away, and then coming back a couple hours later, letting her out, touching her again. It, you know, it's a lot of work, and you have to have a lot of time on your hands to deal with this kind of stuff, but, you know, they are friendly birds, and it does pay off in the end. I can touch her beak, and she doesn't care. I have not tried to grab her beak, because that is different, but I have definitely touched her beak, and she is fine with that. They're not huge birds, they're, you know, small birds, and they're easy to take care of. But, Five Oaks does cut their wings, but Five Oaks only cuts their first 2 flight feathers. They don't cut all the way back. And I would show you, but it's kind of hard to show you while I'm holding the camera. But they only cut the first 2 flight feathers, so this is what I had to cut off of her. That was the flight feather length that I had to cut off of her. And she was good about it. Yeah, they, if they don't agree with something, they will make noise, but they're not all bark, no bite, but they are more bark than they are bite. I mean, a bird's still gonna bite you if it wants to bite you. You know, that's just, you know, and I'm not trying to scare anybody, but that's just the cold reality of it, is a bird is still gonna bite you if it's gonna bite you, you know, and you just gotta teach them not to do that, you know. But Five Oaks handles their birds from day 1 so that they are friendly. Obviously, the bigger the bird you get, the more work it is. She has plenty of stuff in her cage here for her to play with. She has this purple toy right here that she can play with, bluish purple toy that she can play with. She's got this rope perch in the back that she can play with. She's got, you know, toys up there, toy back there, another toy back there. You know, she's got all these sticks. I mean, she's got, you know, she's got a lot that she can play with to keep her occupied while she's in her cage. And from day 1, now this is what I did. Now, all birds are different. I'm not saying that every single bird is going to be the same, because all birds are different. But when I got her, what I would do is I would open the top of the cage, because the top of her cage comes off. So I would open the top of her cage, and I would just leave it off, and I would let her come out on her own, or I would let her stay in. I would leave it up to her. And every single time I took the top off, even day 1, she came out of the cage, you know, and hung out and stuff. So, you know, some people say that at the beginning you reach in there and you grab the bird, and then you know, go to letting them out on their own. But I didn't do that. I let her come out on her own because I figured then it's up to her. She's nervous. She's been through a lot. It's a lot easier to just let her come out on her own. And, you know, then if she doesn't want to, and if she doesn't want to deal with you, she can stay inside or, you know, if she wants the attention, if she wants, you know, to come out and hang out with you, then she also has that option. So that is what I did with her, and I did that with her and she was fine. Now, one thing I can't really show you because she doesn't really run from me much anymore, but, see how she's going up and in, or how she thought about it there for a second. She, day 1 and day 2, she would run from me, and when I would try to catch her, you know, and grab her, she would run up and inside the cage, unless I put the top back on, so I had to put the top back on, and then she couldn't get back in, and it, you know, it just helped, but, they're very smart birds, they're very friendly birds, you know, she's not aggressive at all. They love jewelry, you know, they're very, sweet and friendly birds. Now, keep in mind that she is really young, so I'm not going to do a ton with her until she gets a little bit older, but, you know, I am going to handle her, and when they're young is when you want to handle them, because, if you handle them when they're young, you get them used to everything when they're young, and then when they're older, and, you know, they think about things more, then they're not going to be as, you know, determined to, you know, bite you, you know, or, something like that. So, you know, they are very sweet birds. She still will walk away from me at times, but it's nowhere near what she used to do. You know, she will eventually stop, you know, it's nowhere near what she used to do. She used to just fly and fly and fly and fly and never stop. And you'd have to stick your hand in front of her face to get her to, you know, kind of stop. But Kiwi here, she loves to look out my window. So there is that too. They do puff out a lot, and I think that's just something that, you know, they do, because she's always puffed out, and it's not super cold in my room. So yes, they do puff out a lot. When I got Kiwi, they said that she was trained to step up. You know, they said that she knew how and everything, and she has stepped up a little bit, but I think that she still might be slightly nervous about it, and so she isn't doing it very well yet. But they did say that she knew how to do it. So, you know, so it's good that, you know, they know how to do it there. When they do that, when they clean themselves like this, it basically what it means is that they feel safe, you know. They feel safe next to you, they feel safe with you. She has cleaned herself both on my arm or hand, and off when I'm sitting next to her, which means that they feel safe when they do that. So that is a very good sign if your bird cleans themselves when they're on you or when they are on their cage. That's a very good sign, because it means that, you know, they feel safe, they know that nothing bad's gonna happen to them. You know, they aren't as fragile as a budgie, but they are still fragile. So if you have cats, you can't just leave the bird to defend for itself. You know, you have to pick up the bird. You have to make sure that that bird doesn't get hurt. You know, and right now she feels safe even with the camera out, because I've been taking pictures and stuff, so I think she's just used to it. But it is a very good sign when they clean themselves, because it means that they feel safe, and you want your bird to feel safe with you. She is, she's a very sweet bird. You know, they clean themselves a lot, but she's a very sweet bird. Five Oaks Aviary gives you, the food that they're on, so that you can switch them over to other stuff. I'm not going to tell you everything about Five Oaks Aviary, because that's kind of their job in case you want to buy a bird. But, and this is not a sponsored video or anything, I am just saying, you know, they are a very good, they're a very good place to get birds, you know, and, she, even if your bird doesn't completely trust you and does not, you know, always come right up to you or whatever, even if they don't do that, if they're in a situation where they are, you know, scared of something else, they are going to go to you for comfort. So for instance, I took her downstairs on the main level of my house today for the first time, and I had cats, and she flew off, and the cats started running towards her. Obviously the cats didn't get her or anything, but the cats ran towards her, and it scared her. So when I got her back up into my arms, instead of being way out on my hand out in the air, she wanted to curl into the inside of my elbow so that she felt more safe. So even though she's not, you know, even though she's not maybe 100% trusting of me, she still looked to me for safety and for shelter, which is always good. Excuse me. You know, so, they are very trusting birds. She was very trusting when she first showed up, which was kind of surprising. But, you know, they are very good birds. They're very well taken care of when you get them. I have nothing bad to say about, 5 Oaks Aviary. You know, she has her little, you know, funny spats, you know, where she just, you know, attacks stuff and rubs her face on stuff or whatever. You know, and that thing you keep seeing where you see her look out and you see her kind of going up and down like that, she's thinking about flying when she does that. She decides not to because she knows that the wall isn't going to catch her. But she's thinking about flying when she does that. See, so see right there, she's thinking about flying. And I don't know what she wants to fly at. You know, but she is, she's a very good bird. Relax, you're fine. You're a good girl. Yeah. You know, so it just depends. But she is gonna get more comfortable and they're gonna get more comfortable with time. But, I just thought I would make this video on pineapple green cheek conures because when I was looking for videos for her on YouTube, I couldn't find anything. So I figured I will do this video so that it kind of helps people, and then you guys can ask me questions or whatever, but, so, you know, but, so that is what a pineapple green cheek conure looks like, and, you know, they are very curious birds, they are very friendly birds, if you guys have any questions, just leave it in the comments. Please leave a like and subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you all in the next video.